And hello, everybody. Welcome to the 12th, 18th, 2019 live stream, our reaction to AEW Dynamite and NXT. John, hopefully it's just going because I'm having some streaming issues. But, John, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just ready to talk about tonight's shows, or mainly for me talking about Dynamite and you talking about NXT. But yep, I'm doing good.
Good to know. Good.
So yeah, so yeah, Dynamite tonight. I'm not gonna lie, this show for the most part fell pretty flat for me. Um, it just felt like like some of the same problems and the same issues that we have been talking about with the show, whether it's like them cutting off entrances, having commercials happening during when they are shooting angles.
Yeah.
It's just like some of the same like mistakes that I'm getting kind of sick and tired of constantly happening. So it's a little bit, we're starting to get past that that like honeymoon period, and I just wish that AEW would have ended the year on a better note, in my opinion. But Matt, did you catch any of like Dynamite tonight,
I
or were you mainly focused on
I
NXT?
was mainly focused on NXT. Um, I caught a little bit, but when I started setting up my setup here, I turned it off because I can't see the TV from the angle I'm at, so I just stick to
Right.
NXT. So I forget what the last thing I saw was, but I didn't see the main event. I didn't see. Oh, I think I turned it off at the Britt Baker match.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll get into that into that shortly. But the show start off with a very good tag team match, which was probably my favorite my favorite match of the show, between the Lucha Brothers versus Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page. This was pretty good. I mean, like I think definitely the one consistent thing that we consistently get with AEW is consistently their opening matches really are typically really good, and that was no different here. Um, you could definitely tell they are playing up Hangman, just continuously teasing, turning heel. Um he's constantly butted heads with the elite, and here that happened when Hangman gave 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 the buckshot lariat onto Kenny accidentally. This eventually led to with the this eventually led to Pentagon and Phoenix I'm stealing a a victory here
Mm-hmm.
in pinning Kenny. So I felt like it was a good match. It progressed the whole angle with Hangman and Kenny and everything. And Matt, another thing that also really stood out to me as well in this match, um, maybe it was just me, but between Pentagon and like Phoenix, they have slowed down a lot over the last few
Mm-hmm.
weeks. I'm not sure if if that was Chris Jericho's influence or whatnot, but like you can definitely tell it's not as insane and crazy like it was when we went to to Dynamite here in Pittsburgh. So yeah, a
Yeah.
very good opener here. I'm not sure if you have any thoughts for that match
And
here, but
say I really didn't pay attention to it honestly because the first match on NXT was Balor versus Adam Cole. So that had my attention.
Mm-hmm. And mhm. But let me ask you this: what do you think of the possibility of of a heel of a heel Hangman Page? Because personally, I feel like that kind of for him needs something needs to happen with him. Just like it's just like whatever he's doing now as a babyface, I just don't think is really resonating with the audience right now.
Yeah, I think he needs something because like as of now, maybe before last week, he wasn't really
Right.
doing anything. Like he was kind of just there, and so regardless of heel face whatever between these two, I think this feud, if done right, I think can only probably help him so far. Um, so yeah, I'm down for it. It could be interesting. We'll
Mm-hmm.
see, but he needs something other than not doing anything significant.
Right. The only potential concern that I have is if he does turn heel, AEW I think are would have a little bit of a problem of like too many heels and not enough baby faces because if you go down the line between the inner circle, um including Chris Jericho, you have like MJF, Pac. I mean,
Yeah,
you're going to at some point get to a certain point
yeah,
where you're kind of at a very uneven balance there.
yeah. Because you have like you said, then you have all these cults. Uh, you have the
Mm-hmm.
Dark Order,
And
Bad Bath and Beyond.
yeah, and
Um,
yeah,
you
I'm
have
going to be burying the freaking shit out of that nonsense
the
there. But
the Dark Order.
no, Miss Brandy Rhodes and her like
Oh,
cringe cult, but I'll save that for
all the cults.
and a little bit here. But yeah, all the cults. So then after the match, we had a little segment with like Pac, which was completely halfly cut out because for whatever reason, TNT and AEW like to do the freaking split screen for whatever reason when they are shooting angles, and it's getting really damn irritating. Why are we cutting to commercial when you're in the middle of shooting a freaking angle?
Was that backstage
Like
thing?
this happened 2 or 3 times tonight. Like it was just really irritating. I don't know why it doesn't seem like anyone in there sees like, hey, we probably should not be doing this. Like it makes very little sense.
John, was that
Anyhow, so basically, Pac takes out one of like Kenny's friends. This eventually leads to them going backstage, where they confront Pentagon in Phoenix, where Pentagon and Phoenix take out Kenny, and eventually Hangman saves Kenny.
was wait
So, I yeah
was
yeah. So a lot. Yeah,
not
go ahead, Matt.
not to interrupt, but like I was watching,
Mhm.
I was seeing that in the backstage, and they were like, at least when I was watching, it looked like they were finding somebody funny backstage, and meanwhile there's a commercial. I'm like, I what shouldn't
Yeah,
shouldn't shouldn't that be on TV?
should be on TV, you would think, but it's
Like
like it's just like
the only thing
that
that
has been
should
like
be on commercial breaks should be like a wrestling match, like the cool down period, not an angle.
exact yeah, which that is something they really need to get fixed going into 2020. Like this has been one of the things that has really irritated me about their weekly shows. Um, Also, while I'm on things that irritated me tonight, Jim Ross. Oh God, like JR had a very rough night tonight, Matt. Like he was like botching over people's names. You can tell he hates calling. He hates calling freaking Jungle Boy, you know, by by his character name Jungle Boy. He keeps on calling him Jack Perry.
Is that what he
I'm
did?
like JR. It's like literally every time, and like I'm saying to myself, JR, I get it. You hate the freaking character's name, but that's his freaking name. How hard is it to just say Jungle Boy? Quit saying Jack Perry. It's Jungle Boy. I like it was just between that and just like he wasn't like he was consistently just stumbling over over his like words and stuff tonight. Like it was a very rough night at the office. It just like I don't know how much longer that AEW can consistently throw him out there when he's just consistently is just he looks lost out there. Like he goes on like mini rants, like right in the middle of like matches and stuff like that. It's really weird and cringe at times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as I told you earlier in the night, man, it was a pretty rough night for him. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
unfortunate. I didn't hear anything, so I
but
can't comment.
yeah, so anyways, we we then get a tag team match between Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes versus the Butcher and the Blade, or as you call them,
Bad Bath and Beyond.
Bed Bath and Beyond. This was okay for the most part. It served its purpose. Cody and Darby Allin win here. And it looks like that the whole storyline behind this was for Darby Allin. He agreed to help out Cody, with the stipulation if they beat these two that Cody would give Darby Allin a second match. If you recall, I believe that it was at Fighter Fest, that they went to a time limit draw. So it looks like we're going to be getting
Yeah.
a match between these two. I would assume that this is probably is going to happen at the Jacksonville show in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But hey Matt, any thoughts on this match and the future
Again,
second match between
um,
Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin?
the match itself, I really don't because again I was paying attention to NXT. Um, the match really didn't grab my interest. Like it didn't pull me away. Uh, that's I don't know if that means it was good or bad. I don't know because again I didn't really watch it. But the second match between Darby and Cody, I'm interested in. I know it's gonna be a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just get a story there that I'm all in. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then the next thing we got a small little video package with Jungle Boy here. This was pretty cool. We got like we got some insight to who this guy actually is. Give you a reason to actually care about the guy facing Chris Jericho. So I really like that. Um, I'm not sure if you saw that at all, Matt,
Mm.
but we got that, and then we got Awesome Kong destroying a chick in like literally 10 or 15 seconds here, and then like then she cut off a piece of the lady's hair. It's just I am not feeling this whole like nightmare collective with Randy Rhodes. I just her talking like and like and like when she showed up at the end for Chris Statlander and Britt Baker, like for me anyway, this is getting to like Stephanie sort of like get off of my freaking TV channel changing sort of stuff now. So I'm like it's just amazing to me just how bad that 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 Brandy Rhodes is in like in feeling a crowd and controlling a crowd and just talking in general. It's just not it's not very good. And this thing is just not over at all. And like just trying to freaking watch it's very painful. So as you can imagine, it's bad. It's bad.
Uh, I couldn't get that
So
from you.
anything
I'm
to add
just
there, man?
I'm just I'm just wondering where they're going with this. What's the end game uh for cutting all the hair and this other cult, the three cults?
It just
It's here.
it's
Come.
just
It's here.
like
Come join. Come hither. Come join me. Every other segment. One's fine.
the only difference. Yeah, like at least with the Dark Order, they actually have people on the microphone who can talk and who can interact with the crowd. That being said, that still got zero reaction from the crowd, which honestly shouldn't be too big of a surprise since since Corpus Christi crowds typically are not alive.
Well,
So
maybe
yeah,
because
so
of the
Awesome
segment.
Khan did that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also true, but then we had a small interview with like JR and Jungle Boy. This was like a this was about 2 minutes here. Basically, just like Jungle Boy talking about about him getting into wrestling and the influence of his father Luke Perry. So that was good, and this eventually led to Chris Jericho versus Jungle Boy in a 10 minute challenge. And my biggest take away from this is Chris Jericho is very damn good at 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 his job in getting other guys over, and this is exactly what happened here. Um, Jungle Boy had a very good and competitive match here, and it served its purpose. So I don't have really really too much to add here. It was really good. We had some interactions with um with Jake Hager and Luchasaurus. I would assume we are probably are getting something between those two guys at some point here. So yeah, Matt, did you see anything
Yeah, I
with these two here?
yeah I
And if so,
yeah
what were your thoughts?
I caught some of this. Yeah, Jericho made Jungle Boy look good. Uh, and then I obviously I had a good feeling that he was going to last 10 minutes. Um, and I like at the end he just gave up and got count out loss, and then cut the promo. Uh, and it was kind of like that. I like the promo because he's like all like sweet and sincere about
Yeah,
Christmas and all that. I was about to say Dean Ambrose,
right.
Moxley, and I had Dean Ambrose in my head. Um,
Yeah,
and a tease for 2 weeks on New Year's Day. Uh, so I all around,
yeah.
I didn't hate the segment.
Yeah,
But
I'm really interested to see. I'm very interested to see what they actually have planned with the inner circle and like John Moxley here. Like this has some potential to be really fun and really creative here. Like it just I'm expecting some sort of like chaotic, just like off the wall type of stuff there. But
before we
yeah,
move
so or
before we move
it was
on,
also yeah. Did you see his like
they came
his like
in a little bit of the bubbly.
oh god, yep,
I got
there it
two,
is.
I got 2 bottles of this. Oh, it's reversed on my camera, but it doesn't on this thing. It doesn't matter. I got 2 of these.
Yeah.
On the back here it says a libation suitable for La Champion. This is gonna be. We're gonna pop this on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, whatever.
Right.
So,
Damn right.
so a lot of money for something I probably shouldn't need, but I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep these bottles because this is great.
Yeah.
Remind me
Oh,
not to lose this.
Did, did you did you see the funny interaction between Chris and Tony Schiavone
I
by the
didn't
way?
hear it, but I heard a little bit, but I didn't turn it up.
Oh God, I was dying. It was like Shivani said actually you said that he couldn't last 10 minutes in the ring with you and like they kept on
Oh yeah, okay, that yeah. I
on
forgot. Yeah,
agreeing
I heard that.
back and forth. Yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, so that sets up and furthers the storyline with Chris Jericho and Joe Moxley. And then next we got a little interview with Christopher Daniels. Basically they're playing up the whole thing when he botched his one move against Pentagon Junior. So it looks like they are turning that into a storyline where Christopher Daniels is questioning how much longer that he has in, in the business sort of thing. So we'll see where that goes to. Um, and then this leads to Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander. I did not like this match. Just this thing was just got had zero heat. Just like the crowd was completely dead. And like I will say this so Chris Statlander, she definitely has something to her. I still think that she's still pretty green still. However, there is something there. She does have a character to her. So she does end up winning this match here. And then after the match, of course, we got the cringe segment with Brandy and asking Chris, "Hey, are you going to join our group?" Blah blah blah. She still can't freaking talk. She has no connection with the crowd. I hate this group. I hate this storyline. It cannot end. It, it like it cannot end soon enough. Just like this whole freaking thing is just so stupid. This whole gimmick is so freaking stupid. So, Matt, if you can tell, I hate this thing.
What?
God help my soul.
Don't know what you're. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Humbug.
Okay.
Do you
What's
have
next?
do you
Nope.
have do you have anything to add there, or
Nope.
can we move on here?
But you could.
Okay,
I know you're
so
annoyed. Go.
yeah, but then we get to the main event for the AEW Tag Team titles between the Young Bucks versus SCU. This kind of fell flat to me too here. I just like it kind of ended abruptly, and I expected this to go on a little bit longer, but it never did. But SCU retained here in a decent match, but I felt like that it just never really got into second gear here. Um, Matt, any thoughts on the match
I
here?
didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't even have it on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This
Just
is
like
all.
not very.
This is all you.
Yeah. So like yeah, nothing really too bad there. And then after the match, we had the Dark Order attack both SCU and the Bucks. Eventually, Cody, Kenny, and Dustin Rhodes eventually came down trying to help, and like knows too that the one guy absent from the Elite, Adam Hangman Page. So they're really playing up him just being completely out of their inner circle. No pun intended on the show. Um, so yeah, the show goes off there with the Dark Order beating down the Elite, and this just got zero reaction, just like zero heat whatsoever. I'm not sure if this has to do with the Corpus Christi crowd, or if this is just how the Dark Order is going to be. So, not a very optimistic start for the re-debut of the Dark Order. So, Matt, anything to add before we move on to NXT?
I saw on Twitter. I checked Twitter right like at 10 o'clock to see how the ending of AEW was, and who was the guy who joined? Did somebody join the Dark Order?
It was like they're called the Beaver Boys. Basically, they were
The what?
remember from yeah remember the two guys from their like from their vignette who were in that hotel room,
Yeah.
and who were yeah, like yeah, it was those two guys who who joined
Ah,
the Dark Order.
the
They
Beaver Boys.
were
Okay.
a like independent. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, their tag team was called the Beaver Boys, and their and the Dark Order's whole pitch to them was, "Are you sick and tired of of being losers?" So basically, this was their in initiation getting into the Dark Order here. So that's where that stands right now.
Were you sick and tired of the Beaver Boys chopping wood?
Would okay, Kevin Dunn.
Okay.
But but yeah, that was AEW Dynamite again. A kind of a disappointing show. And like while I was watching this, I hadn't really heard anything from NXT. Like I didn't really hear excellent reviews for Adam Cole and like Finn Balor. Matt, could you speak to that there?
Yes. So that opened the show. Um.
Hmm.
It I think I don't say fairly short. I mean it was
It sounded like
a good decent little match. But Balor got distracted. I think he had Cole in a hold or what have you. But he looked on the ramp. He looked shocked. Crowd was going nuts. Camera panned, and Johnny Gargano is back. He comes out, and Adam Cole gets he got the win from the distracted Balor, so that we get the Gargano Balor feud going here, and probably Cole goes off against probably Ciampa. Uh,
I
he,
would assume so.
right, and we got. I noticed NXT did like two spots. They're fairly similar to last week, I believe. And the first one was during this match. I believe it was they were outside and Finn Balor drop kicked, I believe, Adam Cole into the guardrail, and the guardrail fell into the crowd, and the crowd people fell back. And let me tell you, go back and watch it. They laid there for a good while. I'm like, nobody's gonna help these people. They're just sitting there flopped on it, which was hilarious. So they did that. I swear they did that.
They are plants. They are plants for a reason. They're Matt.
No,
Come
I know.
On now.
They're plants. They're rooted to the ground.
The plant.
Rooted to the ground. They didn't move. Then they, so they're still there during this match, and then Gargano walks over, grabs a chair from them. They're laying down like and he grabs a chair from them and starts beating Balor up with the chair, and he runs away through the crowd, through the pile of people, which was hilarious. You watch it, it's just like, why are they still there? And but I mean, for what it was for that match, I didn't expect Balor to win, but for what it was good. But they got to where they wanted to with Gargano. After them, and that match had limited throughout the night. It was limited communication, commercial interruption. So there was not a lot of commercials tonight, which for the most part, at least for the most important stuff. We had Damian Priest, I believe, coming back from injury, the ribs. He had the tape on his ribs. Versus Killian Dane, the match that they wanted to have, I believe, on NXT, and again with the injury they didn't have. What I a sub. Before I go on, we have Douglas Long here. He wanted to shout out. Shout out to Douglas Long here in the chat. Thanks for watching. So there's two things I liked. There's things I liked and hated about this match, which it was good. Killian Dane had the upper hand pretty much the whole match. They were really selling the injury to the ribs. Priest was doing a good job. But like all baby faces, they slowly get that momentum going, and Priest got his momentum, and Priest won the match, which I don't know. There's a part of me that when you're selling for that long and you're getting beat up, and then you have this. It wasn't a Roman Reigns miraculous recovery, but
or a like John Cena or a super John Cena miraculous recovery.
It wasn't. Thanks, Doug, in the chat. It wasn't the tip. It wasn't peak Roman Reigns Rusev Hell in a Cell match comeback. It wasn't that. So it wasn't like he just came, but he was still selling. But it was good. But good little match. Then we got Kushida versus Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes. I can't read my own handwriting. What I like, this is like a stupid thing, but it's a little thing. I wrote down had continuity, whatever the word is. I can't read.
Continuity.
I couldn't say it.
Yeah, I know.
Anywho, so last week Kushida distracted Cameron Grimes. He took his hat, and Cameron Grimes lost the match last week. So this week Cameron Grimes came out first without the hat, and then Kushida came and eventually put the hat on. I said to myself, they kept that little thing consistent. I know it may be stupid, but it's the little thing. He kept the hat. I don't know. I just liked it whatever. Anywho, getting over the hat. This match surprised me. It was a solid match. I think these two had good chemistry in this match. Douglas in the chat, you said 8 out of 10 match. We talked about the Kushida Cameron Grimes match. If it was the 8 out of 10 of Cameron Grimes match, and yeah, I agree. It was a pretty solid match. When you go back and watch this, it is good. And Cameron Grimes gets the win in this match. So they're building him up, pushing him. But they both look good. It was good back and forth. It was a solid match. We get Io Shirai versus Santana Garrett. Obviously going in, you probably.
I'm a huge Santana Garrett fan.
She looked good in this.
Santana.
She looked good in this match. Even though Io did win.
She's always looking good, man.
Yeah.
She's always looking good.
No complaints here. Io did get the win, which I would think, but Santana got that little rub. She looked good. It wasn't a bad match. I mean, there's probably no anything storyline with the match, so it was kind of just a match. But
yeah.
I don't get something. Doug in the chat, what don't you get? So anywho, then we got what could have been, maybe besides maybe the main event, but just men, a show stealer between Pete Dunne and NXT UK's Travis Banks.
Yeah, I heard on Twitter that this was a really good, or actually on Fightful's Twitter page. I'm really raved about that match. From Pete Dunne. And who was he facing?
Travis Banks. He was on. He was on last week, and he beat Riker. He beat Riker last week. So it was. I even wrote down
Forgotten Sons.
Yeah. Who? I even wrote down Show Stealer up to this point. It was just hard hitting. It was solid. If you go back and watch it, and I know you will, but it's a good match.
Yeah.
And after that, we have our main event. How they've been building. Killing Dane. Oh, how. Douglas in the chat. How they have been. You don't get how they've been building up Danes for so long to lose. They've been building them up, but I don't know if that match hurt them as much. Losing the Damian Priest, because I think Damian Priest.
You aren't going to be. You aren't going to be poking Killian Dane beating either Damian Priest or any other top guys. It's just it's not going to happen.
No,
so I mean, like,
I think they have him in a good spot, but if to me, Wrestling 101, Killian Dane is the hill. He got over on Damian Priest a couple times before, right. I believe. So this is Damian Priest injured, getting the victory. But they both look good. If it was Damian like squashing him, or even if he was injured a little bit and then didn't sell it, there's your problem. I don't know, but I don't think it hurt Killian Dane. The top of the card is packed right now.
It's so stacked. Like think about this. You have like Adam Cole, Keith Lee, Riddle, Ciampa, hell, like a Velveteen Dream who hasn't been there in like God knows how long. I mean, like Johnny Johnny Gargano, Finn Balor. Like that is 7 guys
Yeah.
right there alone.
I yeah.
Like it's just like there's only so many spots right now, you know.
So if he's a good mid card feud, I mean, it's not bad. If you get somehow you get the North American Championship or whatever off of what's his face? I'm drawing the blank here.
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, thank you. And maybe get that some away from the main event scene, and then you have other people.
I definitely feel that probably a perfect guy for that title right now is probably Keith Lee right now.
Right. And
just
next,
like they need to like do something big with him because obviously it's not going to be against Adam Cole since he just got kind of pinned 2 or 3 weeks ago. So now I think realistically they go to Adam Cole versus Ciampa, and I think this sells in Keith Lee versus Roger Strong, which I would not be surprised if that happens at their next take over special important.
but I don't think it's going to be next week. Even though next week I think they're still doing a new episode, and Roderick Strong is doing a North American Championship Open invitation. So I doubt that's going to happen next week, since it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
yeah, they're off. I think for the next 2 weeks. So they wouldn't be back.
Are they? But there's an episode next week. Are they recording it this week?
No. So they are doing. I think they are doing a like a recap show for next week, and then for the following week they are doing their like NXT awards show or whatever, and that's going to be
because next week I swear next week we have Keith Lee and we have Keith Lee and I think was it Keith Lee and Leah Rush versus Tony Nese. Like there's 2 segments in
that was probably taped.
I don't even know.
Well, that was probably taped. Yeah, that was probably taped. Because obviously they aren't going to be having a like live show on Christmas Day. So
right. I mean,
so
I don't know.
I think that's probably cool.
Or they're going to tape it because I feel like that would have came out already.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho,
right.
So let's get the main event. Rhea Ripley versus Shayna Baszler for the women's championship match. We had predictably the horsewomen came out to try to get involved. Rhea took them out, but Shayna Baszler took advantage and kind of injured, not really injured, but damaged Rhea a bit. So that was like the theme of the later half of this match. Rhea kind of hurt, trying to overcome the odds. And in this match, this was this
really good drama in this match.
Yeah.
There was. I saw the last 8 minutes or 7 minutes of this thing here.
Pretty much from 10 o'clock on.
Which so from what I saw, just how everything built up and into what eventually happened. It was really set up like your prototypical Shannon match. It was paced really well. It told a really good story. Like that is the one consistent thing with this woman. It's her championship matches just feel so big and so important.
In this match, like I said earlier, there was 2 spots throughout the night that I think they repeated from last week, or if it wasn't, it was too quick. was the drop kick into somebody, which hit the ref and knocked the ref out. I wouldn't have a problem with it if I don't think it happened. I think it happened last week in the was it the triple threat? Yeah, it's a triple threat match, if I'm not mistaken. So the spot itself, I'm not upset with. It was those two spots that seemed to happen back to back weeks. It was just okay, we get it. It's almost like suicide dives. Everybody does a freaking suicide dive, but that's besides the point.
Right.
I had to get my Jim Cornette out. But the good visual of the night was when Shayna had the Kushida clutch. I probably mispronounced it. I don't care. With Rhea, and the ref was checking her arm, and she held it up, and the camera zoomed in, and Rhea shook her head no, holding on to the ref. I thought that was an awesome visual for that match. And Rhea hit the Avalanche Riptide, which is basically a pump handle slam. It looked like from the second rope, and gets the win. Crowd pops, and the reign of Shayna Baszler comes to an end. We have a new NXT Women's Champion, and I don't think you could have anybody else do it but Rhea. Excellent, well deserved.
I would have been really angry if they did not put the title onto her, because I don't feel like that there was any other more perfect time, and it's pretty clear to me that I think that this is the time for Shayna to go to either Raw or SmackDown now. I could very easily see her winning winning the Royal Rumble now. She's definitely probably one of the main contenders right now for that there. So yeah, and I believe too that with Shanna, she had the second longest women's title reign in NXT behind Asuka,
and
which I believe was at 415 days. So a very impressive and very long title reign.
I think, and I totally forgot about the Royal Rumble, but I think you have the groundwork for a Shayna Baszler Becky Lynch title fight at Mania.
Exactly.
Because if they're smart,
I think that
who did Shayna Baszler not pin at Survivor Series? Becky Lynch.
Exactly.
And it's
exactly. Like Bailey, it books itself right there.
It books itself. You got those two. You got those two talking in that feud.
And
maybe Shayna's not the best.
And I'll talk.
Go ahead.
And on top of that, with the whole history with her and like Ronda and Shayna being a training partner of like Ronda, they can kind of tie all of that into as well. So there's a lot of potential, which probably means they will probably screw this up, and by February this thing will probably be completely dead. But hey, you never know. So I'm hoping for the best here.
Yeah, the eternal optimist John is. So yeah, good ending to NXT. I'm thinking NXT needs to win in the ratings this week. I mean, I don't see how it doesn't.
If they did not beat AEW this week, because Dynamite was a pretty bad show this week, so yeah, like if they can't beat them this week, I'm not sure they're ever going to beat them. Like because when you both have a NXT title match and a NXT women's title match, like this should be a foregone conclusion here. and just by the sound of things, NXT sounded like a way better show than than Dynamite did this week. So I mean, like, I, I think regardless, though, it's going to be close. I think it's going as I said last week. I think week after week, it's going to be like within like 50,000 viewers or so of each other. It's not going to be this 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 like humongous gap as far as the number of like viewers between both Dynamite and NXT right now.
Right. Doug in the chat, we didn't forget about you. So just the quickly.
So Matt, yeah.
Uh,
So
let me get to this real quick. Well, Doug wants us to talk about this, and we'll mention it real quick because we're gonna wrap this up. About he goes, there's this dumb Lana and Lashley thing on Raw. Yeah,
yeah,
it's a thing that exists.
it exists. It's like it's such bad crash TV that should have been left in the Attitude Era. To be perfectly honest with you, and the thing is with like Lana,
But
for me, anyways,
regardless, it's
she
just not.
has like channel changing.
It
She
just
is not over as a heel.
it just is not done well.
Yeah, Matt.
It's not even. It's not done. She's not the best actor. Like
No,
when
she's terrible.
when she's saying the lines, especially during the divorce stuff in the ring with Rusev, like I can talk. Rusev is like, I want to say this, I, like I don't want to say 100% invested in it, but he's going with it and he's making it entertaining. Lana, it's just like I don't buy it, and it doesn't make
Let me ask you
sense.
this: who who is who is a more terrible actor between Lana and Brandy Rhodes right now? Now that's an excellent
Lana,
question right there, man.
Lana, Lana,
I don't know,
Lana,
man.
Lana,
they're, they're
Lana,
both pretty bad.
Lana. No, 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 no.
Like,
Let me ask you this: Lana or Nikki Bella or the Bella twins?
uh,
Who's the worst? Who's the worst?
um, Primo.
Shut up. Shut up. It's probably true. That's probably true.
Exactly.
That's probably true.
It's all you need to know right there. Like the worst theme song in professional wrestling history. Yeah, just anything
Oh,
involving as bad as this angle with Lana, Lashley, and Rusev has been. Like it pales in comparison to like pretty much anything that was involving. I mean, like just recall the whole the whole like Nikki Bella and Pre Bella feud that was like the definition of a cringe.
hey, John.
Like like if, yeah, exactly.
John,
So yeah. Mhm.
I wish you died in the womb.
Wow.
That was. You remember that? Oh God. Oh
I
man.
I I did forget about that, and now I freaking hate you for making me remember that.
Ah. Um.
F you.
Ah. Um. Oh crap! What was I gonna say? I think that was it. I think I'm gonna move on from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well then, guys, this is going to conclude our AEW Dynamite and NXT reaction show. Make sure that you stay tuned to our weekly podcast. As a reminder, those are to be seen every Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. This week we will be talking sports,
Like always.
the whole stuff going on with like always with our president. I'm sure Matt
Oh
will have
hell.
some thoughts on that, and so much more, and so much more. So make sure that you
And,
comment,
and
like, subscribe, as usual. Mhm.
And I want to apologize
Go
for
ahead, Matt.
last week. I want to apologize for last week. I kind of was sick, and I couldn't record on Thursday because I missed work. I felt like complete butt. So we couldn't get anything, and then the rest of the weekend we couldn't record. So if you watch our episode expecting the last week, I'm sorry. This week the timing didn't work out. It would have been good to get our fresh Star Wars takes because we are going to see Star Wars
Mhm.
on Friday. Got the tickets already. Uh, yeah, I got them already. I'm kind of excited. I see some reviews out already, and maybe we talk about early reviews during the show. Whatever. We'll
Yeah.
see what we do. But anywho, we got that Saturday as well. So what, like John was saying before, tune in on Saturday, 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. And if you like this stream or any other video of ours, like it. Please subscribe. And yeah, click the bell, do all that good stuff. It helps. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys in the chat, especially Douglas. A lot of chats in here. We like it. We appreciate you. Anything else, John? Anything you want to add?
Nope. That should do it, Matt.
Okay. So for John, Matt, and thanks for tuning in for our live stream. And if we don't have one next week, I doubt we're going to have a stream next week. Have a good Christmas.
Yep. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yep. And as soon as I can end this, here we go. See you guys.